Hey, how's it going, everyone? Chris here, JR Development. This week, I've been working on trying to turn 2D images into grayscale to get them to function properly as a 3D relief. Now, this line here is this one here, and you can see that I'm getting pretty close. There's still definitely some work that's got to be done, and I'm hoping by this weekend that I can bring a video to you on this. However, this video here is going to be how to get just the lion brought into Carveco so that uh, you're not pulling in this whole background. Because when, like this video here that I got, that I've been getting a lot of good feedback on, is the fact that when you take it in like this, you end up with a square plane in Carveco, and then when you try to, scale it, you get the whole square plane adjusting and not just the, the picture that you want. So, but you can see here, I still got a lot of smoothing I got to do. There's just quite a bit that's got to be done yet to this to get it to look right. But if I scale it down to fit in there, you can see that it's not that bad. So like I said, I'm getting pretty close. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you get alerted when I get this video out for you. I know that there's a lot of people looking to know how to do their grayscale images so that they can turn them into reliefs from a 2D picture. And so I just want to make sure that I got everything right before I give that to you. But so real quick, we're going to go ahead and take this lion and we're going to get the background out of it, and then I'm going to show you how to replace it so that Carveco sees the background as a transparent and all you get is your lion. So I've got Photoshop open here. You can use any image editing software you got, and so you can see I got the background here and it's locked. What you want to do is you want to hit Control J, and that will copy that background. Now we want to turn that background off and then make sure layer 1 is selected. If you're using the newer version of Photoshop, you can just come down here to your quick actions and click remove background. Yeah, maybe. There we go. And you can see that it removes the background. What the other way is, you can use the object selection tool. And with this object selection tool, you just drag across and select it and then select mask. If you don't see the object selection tool with your magic wand tool and your quick selection tool, you can come up here to edit toolbar and you'll have all your extra tools listed on this side, and you can just add them over to your toolbar. So I'm going to go ahead and select and mask this, and here you have a plus and minus, adding and subtracting out parts of the picture. I select this brush right here, the brush tool, or you can hit B to select it also. Now if you hold the Alt key, it'll switch between plus and minus, and we just kind of want to take some of this extra stuff out of here. Oops. And just kind of make sure everything's cleaned up. Last night I was trying to make this video and somehow I ended up with a bunch of artifacts over here on this side. I don't know how, but just want to make sure that there's nothing there. Over here we can smooth the edges a little bit. We can feather them. Turn the contrast up a little bit. Select new layer, hit OK. Now, I'm going to name this black background. Alright, so next we want to do is come up here to layer, and we want to go to new fill layer, solid color, hit OK, and then drag it to black. And the reason we want to do this is because when you bring in a image into Carveco, it sees black as transparent. So what we want to do is we want to grab this black layer and we want to drag it right below our black background. Now you can see that we got a nice clean image with a black background. We want to select the black background up above. I'm going to hit Control J. I'm going to rename this to grayscale. And we're going to come up here to image and mode, maybe, and grayscale. And we don't want to merge anything. Okay. So now, one other thing you can do here too, and sometimes this doesn't work out too bad for bringing them in as a 3D relief, but there's a lot of other things that you have to do to get this to work right. It cannot all be done in Photoshop. That's why I said, I'm kind of still working on it to make sure I got everything in place before I bring it to you. So, but the other thing we can do here is we go to adjustments and brightness and contrast, and we can just take the contrast all the way down and take the brightness all the way up. So now that we have that done, just make sure you got your grayscale one selected, the top layer, and then go save as, and you can see that I've worked on this quite a bit. I've got tons of folders on it, but I'm just going to set this on my desktop, and I'm going to call it line test 489. I have to number it something that I'm going to know what it is, because like I said, I've got tons of them on here. So and we want to save this out as a BMP. 8-bit. Okay, now we can set that down, and let's bring up Carveco here, and file, new model. Sorry about that. Let me see here. So go to relief, import relief, and right here. Now you can see we just have our lion. Drag it down, hit F9 to center it. A little too much there. Go ahead and paste it. And you can lower it down to around a 1/4 inch or a little lower than a 1/4 inch. And you can see that now you got a perfect in there, and if you want to scale it, you're just scaling the lion and not a square box. And this works on any image. It doesn't matter what it is. just try to take your time in Photoshop, and after you do your mask, and just make sure it's nice and clean around the edges. Use the smooth edge and not too much of the feather, but smooth edge, and try to get it, looking as decent as possible. And you could actually carve that out, but you can see that even just a regular grayscale image, and he's got a lot of hair, so that's why it's so rocky like that. But if you raise it up, you don't get proper height information off of here. So one of the things is that you'll need to have, if you don't have it for the next video, not for this one, is you will check, if you haven't checked this video out, check it out, um, and get the free software. It's called Materialize, and it's a great software. But I suggest, if you haven't watched this, watch it, and watch the entire thing, because so you don't miss anything. Uh, there's a lot of information in there too, but uh, like I said though, we're moving forward on getting this straightened out, and hopefully be able to help you get 3D reliefs from any image. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good day and stay safe.